Right, yes. We know, John, that lockdown at Inova Fairfax Hospital has been lifted. However, people are being urged to stay inside their homes as they continue to hunt for this escaped prisoner. It's believed that the carjacking took place at Backlick Road and Cindy Lane about 7 o'clock this morning, so just over an hour ago. This is in the Springfield area, and that's where our Jeanette Reyes is live. She picks up the story now with what we know about the carjacking. Jeanette.
Well, Austria, things have quieted down a little bit here, but it's just incredible to hear what happened here. Take a live look here behind me. You can see that car with that damage on the side. That is where the carjacking ended. As far as that woman, the owner of the car, she jumped out of here. I just talked to the owner. He said he heard that crash. He ran out and saw a woman running away, screaming bloody murder. And that is the woman who was carjacked by this inmate. According to him, it sounds like the inmate was in the back seat and she jumped out. He took off. Now, that homeowner actually went after the escaped inmate, went after him not knowing who he was going after, and he was unable to track him down. The car was so badly damaged, the car that he took off in, the inmate, was so badly damaged that the homeowner thought eventually that car would break down. It did not. And so he was unable to track him down. Now, when he got home, his sons told him, "Dad, you don't want to chase down that person that is an escaped inmate. There's a manhunt underway." And he said, "Thank God I was not able to get a hold of him," of course, because we've been saying all morning he is armed and dangerous. Now, police have closed down this area here. You can see they have crime tape around this area. It is part of the crime investigation. One lane off of Backlick Road is also shut down as police investigate and collect as much evidence as they can right now. But no one has been hurt at this scene as far as we know, and we will talk to that homeowner in just a second here. Next time you see us, hear in his own words how he describes all of this really ending or stopping at his front door after his family heard about this manhunt starting from very, very early this morning at Fairfax Hospital. We'll continue following this story and pass along any new information as soon as we get hold of it. Reporting live, Jeanette Reyes, ABC 7 News.
Jeanette, quick question before we let you go. When you were speaking with the homeowner, did he give you any sort of the backstory he may have heard from that woman who was initially carjacked as to how the suspect was able to stop her or get into the backseat of her car?
He doesn't know any background information, and we have not been able to get any. All he saw was that woman just jumping out of the car, because I want to show you something here. She swerved and avoided this tree that you see off of the main road, jumped the curb, went onto his front yard, swerved across that tree, and slammed into his car. Now, that woman, knowing that there was this man in her car, just ran out and left. And where she ran was around the corner down that way on Backlick Road. And so he was unable to talk to her, get any information as to what was going on, which is why he chased down that inmate in that car, because he simply did not know what was going on. He thought it was a hit and run and that they were trying to just get away. So as far as we know, that woman, police have gotten a hold of her, and they are also asking her some questions as to what happened and if she is doing okay. As far as we know, she is doing okay, but of course she's a bit shaken this morning.
All right, Jeanette, excellent work by you there, getting to that scene, getting that information. If you can, we want you to try and grab that homeowner. We would love to talk with him live. So we're going to let you head off and try and go do that. And in the meantime, we want to kind of regroup and start back from the beginning as to what we know thus far of what all has unfolded so far this morning. This all started around 4 o'clock this morning when the man that you see here on your screen, Wosan Asai, somehow managed to overpower a private security guard, take his weapon, and then flee on foot. We know that he's only wearing a hospital gown, and then eventually was able to carjack this woman.
Right, and the folks who were watching him were two private security officers, not Alexandria police, not Fairfax police. Just to give you some background, Asai is a federal bank robbery suspect. He was being held at the Alexandria City Jail when police say he had complained of something trying to harm himself. So he was transported several days ago, either Friday or Saturday, to the hospital, and that's where he escaped today. But now we can head back out to Jeanette Reyes live in Springfield, right off of Backlick Road. She's got that homeowner where this part of this police pursuit began today, or the carjacking, Jeanette.
Yeah, ladies, Preston Hall is joining me right now. He is the homeowner. He's lived here all his life. Preston, we were talking earlier. This is just incredible that this would lead to your front door. What happened? What did you hear and what did you see?
Well, I was sitting on the couch just getting ready to go to work, and I heard a screech, which is not uncommon here. You know, it's a bad corner at times. And then it got silent quickly, and then I heard a really bad crash, and I thought, oh, man. And then all I could hear was a lady screaming. And she was screaming in such a way that I had no idea if kids were hurt, she was hurt. And I saw the door open. I thought maybe she was going to fall out of the door. And as I turned to come out of the house to help, I grabbed my keys. By the time I grabbed my keys, the car takes off up the hill at a high rate of speed. And as a homeowner, I'm like, I can't believe it. They just absolutely wiped out my wife's car, and they're going to leave the scene.
And now you took some action and started chasing after that car.
Yeah, but not to be Mr. Hero, I'm going to, get this guy. I knew that car couldn't make it far, is what I thought. And I thought if I can get to the car and find the car, at least call the police, and not try to, because you never know. If somebody's, crazy enough to hit your car and drive away, well, there could be some bad things, with that person. So, but I made it all the way up to the Home Depot, up off of 236. And then my son called me and he said, Dad, you need to get back. Don't chase that car anymore. This could have something to do with the escapee from the hospital.
Because this man is armed and dangerous. Now, what's going through your mind when you're thinking this isn't just your everyday hit and run?
What's going through my mind is, thank God that car didn't get lodged against my wife's car, because I would have ran out to help. And here comes a guy out with a gun. Evidently, he was armed. And so, that's all I think back to is that point. Everything else, like I said, I've lived here my whole life. I've seen everything, heard everything. So that was really it. I'm just glad because he could have come in the house. We could all be in there as hostages right now.
Right.
So.
Well, thank you so much, Preston. We're so happy you're doing okay. And as you know, ladies, this story just continues. There is a manhunt underway. You heard him say he wasn't able to get a hold of that inmate, and thank God he didn't. We will be following this developing story throughout the day. It's been going on since the wee hours of the morning. We'll keep track of the very latest details as soon as we get a hold of it. We'll send it back inside to you, ladies.
Jeanette, can you ask Preston, while you still have him there, whether or not he was able to speak with that woman when she got out of the car there, and what she had to say if he got to talk to her?
Well, Preston, were you able to, they want to know if you were able to talk to that woman when she got out of the car?
I actually never saw the woman actually get out of the car. I saw the door open, and that's when I grabbed my keys. And when I grabbed my keys, evidently, some of the workers up here that are working on the house next door had seen her running around the corner trying to get away from the car in the scene. And at that point, that's when I saw the door actually kind of closing and then turning and then just flying up the hill.
Now, your son described it as just screaming bloody murder. So that's what made you think that something was wrong.
I really thought somebody was hurt bad. I really thought, or I also thought, because I could tell it was a lady scream. I thought maybe she freaked out because she couldn't believe, maybe, you don't know. Maybe somebody almost hit her and she had to, evade the accident, and she turned and came through the yard and then hit the car, and I thought she was freaking out for a number of reasons. So that's why I tried to get outside to help. And it's a good thing I didn't get out there sooner.
Now the damage to your car, what about that? Your wife's car?
It's done. It's done. Well, she wanted a new car, but she wanted another year. So, no, it looks like it's pretty well totaled.
All right, well, we'll send it back inside to you, ladies. There you have it. We'll keep following the story.
And so, Jeanette, one last question for him. Preston, he was never able to see who we believe to be this escaped prisoner at all in the back seat?
Were you able to see the person that we now know is the inmate, the escaped person from the hospital?
I did not see him, but some guys that are working on the street, my son showed them a picture on the phone, and they said, that's definitely the guy that drove up the hill. They said, that's definitely the guy.
How fast was he going up the hill?
Well, by the time he got to the top of the hill, I would say he was doing at least, within reason, 50 to 60 miles an hour.
25 maybe?
In a 25, yeah, it's a 25. But, and it's all uphill, too. So, and that car was not in good shape. So I thought, I couldn't believe the car drove away from the scene, because as I could see the driver's side, and it was as bad as my wife's car. I mean, it was just toasted all the way down the side.
And your car, Joe, if you could zoom into his car there. I mean, his car, ladies, or his wife's car, is in pretty bad shape. So you can only imagine the other person's car, that woman's car that ran off. That car is not in very good shape, and this man was able to still be on the run at this hour after such a serious crash. So the good news is, though, no one is hurt. He didn't enter your home, and you did not get a hold of him. That really is just mind-blowing.
I know.
Yeah.
You never think by chasing somebody, and not for the wrong reasons, but you just don't think Well, you know, anybody that leaves the scene, it's, you know, they could be a dangerous person. I mean, nobody's going to leave the scene and think, oh, they don't have a driver's license, they don't have this, they don't have that, they're trying to get out of here. But no, I just thought that car couldn't make it far. I wanted to find the car. So I never did find the car, and thank God I didn't.
Goodness, what a way to start your morning.
Yeah.
All right, ladies.